is back, and today I give you another review. Today we are reviewing this 2007 Dodge Grand Caravan SE. Let's get started. So today we're going to look at this van. It's just the plain Jane 2007 Grand Caravan. It's just a base model. It's nothing fancy, no leather seats, no infotainment, nothing like that. It's just your basic work van. When this van was new, it was originally an electric van for like an electric company in the state. So I am pretty much the second owner, or technically third owner, because my mom owned this van before I did. But I still consider it as a one-owner van. And since it was a work van, this van has never seen any family except for us. And it is very, very clean inside. I will say it's a little dirty right now because I use it as a work van. Features are very minimal. You got a CD player. You have one rear row stow and go seat. You have crappy racing stripes here, and you have crappy angry eyes on the headlights. So, cool, I guess. Let's go ahead and show you the inside. So we have the interior. It's just a very basic gray, hard, cheap plastic interior. The seats are all in nice condition because, like I said, it's a one-owner fleet van. It's never seen a family in its entire life. Hey, look, we finally found Watto. Sup, Watto? Anyway, has the second row bench seat, which doesn't fold into the floor. I thought about doing a stow and go swap in this for the middle row. Third row seat is stow and go. It folds into the floor and creates a lot of room. This van currently has 164,104 miles. Let you guys hear it start up. It starts right up every time. As a matter of fact, this van's been sitting for pretty close to a month now, with never even being started or, never even unlocked and went in the car. It's just been sitting for almost a month in the same spot. And then it just fired right up like that. If you're wondering why the temperature's already up, I drove this over here from where the van was parked. Features are limited in here. It doesn't even have air conditioning. The AC doesn't work because there's a leak in the line. There's heat. The heat works great. It gets really, really hot in here. And then you see it has original Dodge factory floor mats on both sides. And the rear. These rear floor mats are all factory as well. I'll go ahead and show you guys some of the cool stuff that's in the back. So for what this van has, it's pretty roomy. I've ridden in this van several times when my mom owned it. It's very clean all throughout. These vans are usually known for having problems with the headliner sagging, but it's only barely sagging in just a few places, like right there. And a little bubble there. But other than that, the rest all the way through the back is in really good shape. No sagging or nothing. So that's awesome. There's also rear climate. So you can get rear heat and AC back here too, if the AC even worked. Let's climb in here real quick and I'll show you guys the third row. Third row seat is also pretty roomy. See, I can just kind of walk back here. Sit my happy butt down, and look, plenty of room all the way in the back. So if you had a whole family here, it'd be really nice to have. Get these nice big windows too, so you can just see pretty much everything. One of the biggest pet peeves of this van is how the middle row windows do not go down. These are all fixed in place. The newer Grand Caravans and Town and Country vans, like 2008 and newer, have the middle row window that goes up and down like a regular car window. I really wish these models had them, but they didn't. So, you get what you get. And then you have the traditional minivan pop-out windows in the rear. They just pop out with this little clip. I'll go ahead and flip out to the back and show you guys the back. So here you have the back row. There's plenty of storage space even with the third row seats up. The trunk goes down pretty deep. You see, like, wow, that's deep. But they do that for a reason though, because these seats fold into the floor. I'll show you guys how to do that real quick. Let me sit you guys down and I'll show you. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to work the stow and go seats. Let's bring you guys just a little closer. And I'll scoot you guys down just a hair. There we go, that works. Alright, so you're going to have these straps that are labeled 1, 2, and 3. First, you obviously pull the number 1. That makes the seat backs go down. Then you pull number 2. Then number 3. And as easy as that, the seats fold into the floor. Let's do that with this. 2 and then 3. So now, you guys have completely folded down seats into the floor. And you have a lot of cargo space. I'm going to show you something else that's really cool that I've recently learned online with videos and forums and stuff related to this vehicle. And before I show you guys this other cool feature I mentioned, I'm going to show you guys how to fold the seats back up, because sometimes it can be confusing. I know it throws some people off. It's definitely thrown me off the first time or two that I did it with the seats. So I'm going to show you guys how to bring the seats back up without messing anything up. So basically you're just going to pull this strap here that sticks out, push up, seats are back there. Now you pull strap number 1, hit strap number 3, and your seats are all back up in one piece. It's easy as that. Now I'm going to show you guys another that really cool feature that I mentioned with these back seats. I'm going to move you guys over here so you guys can get a better look. Alright, so there's this thing that I've learned, and they call it tailgate seating. Yes, this van apparently has tailgate seating. It's really stupid, but it works, and it's actually really comfortable. I'm going to show you guys how it's done. So basically, you just got to pull one of these straps. Wrong strap. You pull strap number 2 down. You bring it back. Your seats will fold backwards. Simple as that. Now you get to sit in your van and you have tailgate seating. Nice. Alright guys, now it's time for the drive. Funnest part of the video. I'm going to let you guys know what I think of it as I go along. First thing I notice when I'm driving this van is a lot of these Grand Caravans of this generation are really known to have exhaust problems, and most of them are usually super loud. This one is actually super quiet and it's all original. There's nothing modified, nothing changed, nothing replaced. It's all original. And it's really quiet for what it is. It rides pretty smooth, although there are some bumpy moments because the tires are extremely old. I did rotate them not long ago, but these tires have 2013 manufacture dates on them, so they're a little outdated. They're probably close to the end of their lifetime. But this van does get up and go. You'd be surprised how quick this little soccer mom van can get up and go. Let me get over here and I'll slow down a little bit just so I can get you guys a better idea of how this thing can get up and go when you hit the pedal. So I'm going to slow down to about 30. Approaching 25. And now and just like that, we're up to 55. This thing does not waste time accelerating. I do like the acceleration in this van much better than the acceleration in the Honda Civic that I reviewed the other day. It's nice. Especially when you're trying to like merge onto a highway. It's great. Another thing I like about this van is the seats are pretty comfortable. They make you nice and snug and they're soft. And it's not leather, so they're not going to get really, really cold in the winter, and they don't get really, really hot in the summer. They're always at that just right temperature, and that's what I like about it. So this van is pretty good for long drives. It would be perfect for long drives if it wasn't, if the AC actually works. Say I wanted to go on a summer trip somewhere, like to the beach or something, or go to Maryland and see my family. I'm from Maryland, so if I wanted to go there, I would trust this van, because this van's already been to Maryland. This van's already been through Kentucky. It's been through Tennessee. This van's actually been down to Nashville, because we drove down to Nashville a couple years ago during a vacation for like a week. So that's pretty cool. This van is reliable, and I do trust it. It does have a few minor things, but like any other used car, that's gonna be the deal. I will tell you a really funny and sort of scary story about this van. Like, maybe a few days after I bought this van, I was driving out of my apartment complex, and out of nowhere, I hit this little bump, because, you know, this apartment complex doesn't know how to fix their parking lot, so there's always potholes and stuff in there. I hit one of the tiny potholes. It wasn't even a big one. It was barely just a bump. I hit that pothole or whatever. I heard a metallic ching, ching, ching. I'm like, oh crap, what was that? So I stopped the van, and I go outside of the van, and I'm looking around, and off to the side, you would not believe this, I saw literally a piece of the front passenger side spring from the shock snapped right off, and it's laying there on the ground. I looked on the other side, the driver's side, to make sure that's what it was. The whole driver's side spring is all intact. The passenger side's missing the very bottom part of the spring. And I matched up the metal, and it was part of the spring on the front passenger side. And people are probably going to call me stupid for this, but I'm cheap and I didn't fix it. So yes, this van's still driving on a partially broken spring, but the handling and everything is literally not changed. Like you can see around this corner, no problems. I have not had any issues whatsoever with it yet, and I hope I don't have one soon. I might fix it one day, I don't know yet. I just hope and pray that nothing serious happens with it, because I do drive this van once in a while, because this is my work van, so I don't really drive it often. I mostly drive the Civic. But when I do drive this van, I don't want anything happening to me, you know, safety-wise. I mean, yeah, this van's not a race car, obviously. It's not going to be, you know, a Dodge Charger Hellcat. It ain't going to be any of that. This van was built to either do simple work or haul families. And I think it gives more than enough power to serve that purpose. And I'm alright with what it has. I'm not disappointed or anything. I'd rather have the powertrain of this in my Civic. Although if I would put it into the Civic would lose a ton of reliability, because then it would be running on a Dodge engine and transmission if such a swap would be possible, which it probably is with a lot of work. I mean, despite the tires being like 7 years old, it still rides pretty nice. There's still a little bit of tread on it, but I wouldn't really trust the tires that much in ice or snow. But they're just enough for like regular dry weather or rain maybe, because I did drive this van in the rain several times. I've never had a problem with it. It's never slid out or anything like that, so that's the best part. I'll show you one more time how this thing doesn't really fool around when it comes to getting up to speed. And just like that, it's already up to speed. Actually, it's past the speed limit, so I should probably slow down. I really don't want to get pulled over in this thing. Actually, I don't want to get pulled over at all, but, you know, still. I know sometimes you'll have to get into that situation where you're gonna have to, like, you know, smash on the gas pedal and seriously haul ass to get up to where you're going, like to get up to speed or, you know, something, so you don't get yourself into an accident. But I don't recommend excessively smashing the gas pedal in a vehicle like this, because these vans, most Chrysler products, as a matter of fact, are known to have issues with transmissions being fragile after so high of a mileage. And this van's already kind of up there with the mileage. 164,000 miles is just a little hair on the high side, in my opinion, for a Dodge. But for what the mileage is on it, it runs just as well as it did when it had 150,000 miles. It's time to wrap this up. It's the time. What's my final opinion on the van? My final opinion on the van is just It's nothing exciting. It's nothing that piques my interest. I mean, if you have a family, if you have a family or if you need a vehicle to haul a bunch of stuff, this van's perfect for that. I use this van to haul a lot of stuff a lot, and it does a perfect job every single time. This van's not let me down. This van does have the 3.3 liter V6 flex fuel, so it can run on E85, and it can also run on regular gas. So that's a pretty cool plus, because sometimes I'll fill up the car with the flex fuel, because say gas is like $2.80 a gallon, and I don't want to pay $2.80 a gallon. There's a station right up the road from where I live, and that gas station has flex fuel, and they sell flex fuel a lot cheaper. So say gas is $2.80 a gallon, I could get flex fuel for like $2.14 a gallon. I can fill the thing up, and it'll run just as good as it does with regular gas. I try not to run it on flex fuel too much though, because I do hear stories about how flex fuel is not too good to run on all the time. Though it's okay to run it on flex fuel sometimes, but I'd rather have regular gas in it, because I do hear horror stories about flex fuel vehicles having issues if they're on flex fuel full time. So I guess it all really depends on the gas price during the time I fill the vehicle. If you like cup holders, there's plenty of them. There's 2 here. There's 2 in the front here. And there's like 3 or 4 in the back seat. And then you can only fit like 2 people in the back seat back there. Well, 3. If you have like 3 little kids in the back seat, there's like 4 cup holders back there. So you have an extra cup holder all the way in the back. Not a bad vehicle for cup holders. Another cool thing I forgot to mention when I was doing my walk around with the van. In the middle row here, there is these under the floor mats here. There's a little there's 2 little compartments where I could store my stuff. So there's little storage compartments down there. So that's really cool if you have some small stuff to haul and you don't want it just laying around in the way in the van. You got that. And I also learned that it is possible to do the stow and go seat swap in the middle row here. Even though this van wasn't made with it, it still has all the bolt-ons. It still has the floor holes here. So it's very well possible. I've watched a YouTube video with it, and if I do get the middle row seats swapped out, I will try to make a YouTube video on that. So if anybody who's also interested in doing the stow and go swap with the middle row can know how to do it. So that's going to be some pretty interesting stuff. But other than that, there ain't a whole lot for me to say about the van. It's just a plain van, that's it. So, you know, it is reliable. I've seen a lot of stuff online. Like, there's a lot of people that's had bad experiences with these cars. And then there's a lot of people that have great experiences with this car. Me personally, I've had a great experience with it. I haven't had any issues with it yet. I did have a few times where the front brakes would smoke and make like a really, really horrible melting plastic type of smell. Yeah, I never figured out what that was, but I'm assuming that the brakes are gonna have to have work, or if it's the brake calipers maybe locking up. That's the only thing I could really think that it might be, because the brake pads and rotors, I think, were replaced just a year or 2 ago. Who knows? But the van is it's alright. It's nothing that I would want to see myself in driving all the time, and it's nothing that I would want people seeing me driving all the time, because people are going to assume I'm some soccer mom or some dad, or worst case scenario, someone's going to think I'm a fucking creep because there's a fucking white van rolling up on the fucking street, you know, because people do have that negative judgment with vans, and it's understandable why, because some people that do bad stuff like that drives vans. But anyway, I gotta head out. I want to relax today. This is my last day off before I go back to work tomorrow, so I'm going to take advantage of it. So please, like, share, subscribe to the channel. I cannot wait to see everybody here. This channel is slowly growing, and it's growing at a good rate. I'm satisfied with it, and I cannot wait to see you guys again. Until next time, I'll see you guys around.